everyone. This is a topic on human flourishing and science and technology. Before we start, I would like to ask a question as a reflection. If you had unlimited resources, money, time, and opportunities, what would a flourishing life look like for you? So you may answer that on the space provided in an activity post in the Google Classroom. Understanding human flourishing, living a good, meaningful, and fulfilling life. So it also means that human flourishing is the idea that a truly good life goes beyond just experiencing happiness or success. Human flourishing it is not just about happiness or successes in life. It means living with purpose, growth, and meaningful connections. It is not just about wealth, fame, or temporary pleasures, but about developing one's character, using talents wisely. What else? Making a positive impact on others. Imagine a teacher who dedicates their life to educating students not just for a paycheck, but because they find joy in shaping young minds and helping others succeed. So even if they face struggles, their sense of fulfillment comes from knowing that their work has meaning. Similarly, a small business owner also who runs a local cafe not only earns a living but also creates a welcoming space for the community, providing jobs and building relationships. So these examples show that flourishing is not simply about personal gain, but it's about a well rounded life filled with purpose, relationships, and contributions to society. In the Philippines, human flourishing is deeply connected to values like bayanihan, which also means a community spirit, also uh, to values like malasakit, compassion, and pagsisikap or hard work and perseverance. A perfect example is an OFW or an overseas Filipino worker who sacrifices being away from their family to provide a better future for their children. Their fulfillment does not only come from earning money, but also from knowing that their hard work supports their loved ones, also their loved ones' education and their loved ones' well being. Another example is a farmer who, despite facing challenges like typhoons or economic hardships, continues working on the land with dedication because they take pride in feeding communities. So these real life situations show that human flourishing is about striving for excellence, finding meaning in daily efforts, and positively affecting others, leading to a deeply satisfying and well lived life. For you, what makes life worth living? Here is a connection of a well lived life to science and technology to the tourism industry. So, first and foremost, we have here innovations in travel or the air travel and accessibility in the Philippines. The Philippines, an archipelago of over 7,000 islands, has greatly benefited from advancement in air travel, making domestic and international tourism more accessible. Budget airlines such as Cebu Pacific and AirAsia have revolutionized travel for Filipinos by offering affordable flights to both local and international destinations. So previously, traveling from Luzon to Mindanao would require long ferry rides or expensive flights, limiting opportunities for business, tourism, and family visits. But now, with low cost carriers and improved airport infrastructure, More Filipinos can explore different regions, boosting domestic tourism and fostering cultural exchange. The rise of air travel has also contributed to the economic growth of secondary cities such as Davao, Iloilo City, and Bacolod City, which now have direct flights to key destinations. However, the environmental impact of increased air travel is a growing concern, especially with the Philippines being highly vulnerable to climate change. The government and airlines have started initiatives such as carbon offset programs and fuel efficient aircraft to minimize the carbon footprint. Additionally, ang mga constructions of modern airports like the New Manila International Airport in Bulacan aims to decongest NAIA and improve the efficiency of air travel. Balancing economic growth with sustainability remains a challenge, but continuous advancements in aviation technology and green initiatives will play a key role in ensuring that air travel continues to enhance human flourishing without harming the environment. Let's go with innovations in hospitality. AI in the Philippine tourism and personalized services. So, the Philippine tourism industry has embraced artificial intelligence to enhance the traveler experience, particularly in major tourist destinations like Boracay, Cebu, and Palawan. AI powered hotel booking systems, such as those used by large chains like Okada Manila and Shangri La Boracay, allow guests to receive personalized recommendations based on their past stays and preference. Many hotels and resorts now employ AI chatbots on platforms like Facebook Messenger and Viber to assist travelers with bookings, inquiries, and itineraries in real time. So, even local tourism offices have begun using AI driven data analytics to track visitor preferences and improve destination management, ensuring that sites are not overcrowded, the tourist sites are not overcrowded, and that tourism remains sustainable. That's the most important thing. However, while AI improves efficiency, there are concerns about job displacement in the hospitality sector, where human interactions are crucial. Many Filipinos rely on tourism related jobs, from hotel staffs to tour guides, and the increasing use of automation in customer service may reduce employment opportunities. To address this, the Department of Tourism, or the DOT, has encouraged a hybrid approach where AI handles administrative tasks while human staff focus on delivering authentic, high quality services. So, for instance, many high end resorts in Palawan emphasize personalized interaction, ensuring that guests experience genuine Filipino hospitality alongside technological convenience. By integrating AI without losing the warmth of personal service, the Philippine hospitality industry can continue to flourish while preserving employment opportunities. Next, innovations in communication. There is already what we call the digital nomad lifestyles and work flexibility in the Philippines. The digital nomad lifestyle has gained popularity in the Philippine setting, particularly in cities like Cebu, Siargao, and La Union, where co working spaces and strong internet connectivity cater to remote workers. The rise of fiber optic networks and affordable mobile data from providers like PLDT and Globe has enabled professionals to work from scenic locations, blending productivity with leisure. Many foreign digital nomads choose also the Philippines for its affordable cost of living, tropical climate, and friendly community, contributing to the local economy through long term stays. Meanwhile, an increasing number of Filipino are also embracing remote work, with freelancers and online entrepreneurs thriving in industries such as graphic design, virtual assistants, and software development. There is a shift to hybrid and remote work models. These are accelerated during the pandemic and has allowed Filipinos to achieve a better work life balance, reducing time spent in traffic heavy commutes in cities like Metro Manila. However, digital nomadism in the Philippines also comes with challenges, such as, for example, inconsistent internet quality in rural areas and the lack of clear labor policies for remote workers. Many Filipino freelancers struggle with job stability, as remote contracts often lack government mandated benefits such as, for example, SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig contributions. Additionally, the blurred boundary between work and personal life can lead to burnout, especially in culture that values trabaho muna bago pahinga or work before rest. To support the growing remote workforce initiatives such as tax incentives for freelancers, improved digital infrastructure, and government backed co working hubs in provinces. These are being explored in the current setting. So, by addressing these challenges, digital nomadism can become a sustainable way of working that contributes to both individual well being and the national economic growth. For you, does technology make us flourish more, or does it create new challenges? That's the question. There is what we call the term eudaimonia, and it means a flourishing life. This is an idea or theory by Aristotle. Eudaimonia, or the highest human good. Eudaimonia is a concept introduced by the Greek philosopher Aristotle. It refers to the highest form of human fulfillment, living a life of purpose, virtue, and meaning. Unlike the temporary happiness, which can come and go based on external circumstances, ang eudaimonia is about achieving long term well being. By how do we achieve it? By developing one's character, cultivating wisdom, and contributing positively to society. It is not simply about wealth, success, or personal comfort, but it's about striving to become the best version of yourself. In a modern context, this could mean pursuing meaningful relationships. It could also mean engaging in lifelong learning, or it could also be finding fulfillment in work that aligns with your values. So, for example, a teacher who dedicates their life to educating and inspiring students experiences eudaimonia because their work has a lasting impact on others and gives their life deeper meaning. It is not the same as hedonism. So, eudaimonia versus hedonism. It is more than just pleasure. Eudaimonia is often contrasted with this concept of hedonism, which defines the good life as the pursuit of pleasure and the avoidance of pain. While pleasure is a natural and important part of life, Aristotle argued that constantly chasing pleasure, whether through material wealth, indulgence, or instant gratification, it does not lead to fulfillment. It does not lead to true fulfillment, according to Aristotle. For example, a person who spends their life partying, seeking luxury experiences, they may feel happy in the moment, but without purpose or personal growth, their happiness is fleeting. In contrast, a person who faces challenges, works hard, develops virtues such as, for example, patience, kindness, and perseverance, they will achieve a deeper sense of well-being. They might think that their life is more meaningful than those who just seek instant pleasure. True fulfillment comes from a balanced life where joy is found not just in pleasure, but in personal growth, meaningful relationships that you've built, and contributions to the greater good, like, for example, giving back to society. Aristotle believed that living with virtue means making good choices or making better choices that reflect honesty, kindness, responsibility, and wisdom. It's about being a good person, not because someone is watching, but because it leads to a life of integrity and self respect. For example, imagine a business owner who runs their company ethically, paying employees fairly, being honest with customers, and giving back to the community. Even if cutting corners, corruption, or being dishonest could bring short term profits, choosing to act with virtue builds long term trust and a positive reputation. Similarly, a teacher who patiently guides struggling students instead of humiliating them it's like living virtuously because they prioritize kindness and wisdom over frustration. Aristotle believed that developing good habits, such as practicing gratitude, treating others with respect, and making thoughtful decisions, lead to a more fulfilling life or more fulfilled life as it creates inner peace and strong, meaningful connections with other people. Pursuing excellence or becoming the best version of yourself. Excellence is not about being perfect. It's about constantly improving in different aspects of life, whether it's in skills, knowledge, or relationships. So, for example, a chef who spends years perfecting their cooking techniques is not just working for money. They are pursuing excellence, taking pride in their craft, and finding fulfillment in mastery. Likewise, a student who studies diligently and seeks to understand rather than just memorize for a test is on a path to excellence. This also applies to relationships. Being an excellent friend, parent, or partner means putting in effort, being supportive, and communicating well. The pursuit of excellence makes life more meaningful because it gives us goals to strive for and a sense of accomplishment when we improve. In contrast, a life naman without effort or without growth, it can feel stagnant and unfulfilling, as there is no sense of progress or purpose. Next, engaging in meaningful activities so you find purpose in work, in art, and in community. A fulfilling life is not just about working to earn money or passing time. It's about engaging in activities that bring joy, brings connection, and a sense of purpose. So, for instance, a doctor who genuinely cares for their patients is not just doing a job, they are making a difference in people's life, in their patients' lives. Similarly, in the same way, an artist who paints not only for fame but to express emotions and inspire other people in engaging in meaningful work also feels that their life is fulfilled, that they are living a meaningful life. Even the small acts such as volunteering at a local shelter or spending quality time with family, they add depth to life because they create connections and a sense of belonging. So, meaningful activities make people feel that they are a part of something bigger than themselves. Whether it's helping their community, whether it's creating something valuable, or simply being there for your loved ones to help them, to support them. This is in contrast with a life spent only on empty distractions, such as scrolling endlessly on social media or chasing superficial pleasures. They may feel enjoyable in the moment, but often leads to a sense of emptiness over time. True happiness comes from knowing that our time and our efforts are spent on things that matter to us. By living the virtue, or by living with virtue, or the virtue of a meaningful life, virtues with honesty, wisdom, and belongingness, pursuing excellence, and engaging in meaningful activities, we can cultivate the term or the experience of eudaimonia, a deep, lasting fulfillment that goes beyond fleeting pleasures. It's about growing as a person, making a positive impact, and finding purpose in everyday life. You're also going to answer this question. You list virtues which you think are needed for a flourishing tourism professional. What virtues are needed for a flourishing tourism professional for them to flourish? Yan. For examples of these virtues, hospitality, patience, adaptability, and you try to list the virtues that you think are necessary that a tourism professional has for him to flourish. You connect your idea with Aristotle's eudaimonia. Alright, let's proceed. Human flourishing and science and technology. Science and technology have played a crucial role in improving human life, making it healthier, more connected, and full of opportunities. So, one of the biggest contributions is, for example, in medicine and health, where advancements have led to longer life expectancy and better quality of life. So, for example, in the Philippines, the development of vaccines and medical treatments has drastically reduced deadly diseases like, for example, ang polio, tuberculosis, and dengue fever. So, innovations such as ang telemedicine allow people in remote provinces to consult with doctors online, making healthcare more accessible. Furthermore, ang modern medical equipments also, such as, for example, MRI machines, mga robotic assisted surgeries, we already have that now, enable more precise diagnosis and life-saving treatments. So it will ensure that people not only live longer but also live healthier and more comfortable lives. Next, communication technology bridges distances, strengthening relationships, and connecting Filipinos to global opportunities and communities. Communication technology has also transformed human relationships by making it easier to stay connected with family, friends, and global communities. Decades ago, overseas Filipino workers had to rely on expensive international calls and handwritten letters to communicate with their loved ones. But today, social media platforms like Facebook, video calls via Zoom, and instant messaging apps like Viber and WhatsApp allow families to stay in touch no matter where they are. This technological progress helps maintain emotional bonds, reducing the loneliness of separation, and also beyond personal relationships, it could also be that communication technology allows Filipinos to engage in global discussions, participate in online education, and build careers in the digital spaces, making the world more interconnected than ever. Also, science and technology make travel easier, boosting cultural exchange, economic growth, and global connections for Filipinos. The travel and tourism industry is another area where science and technology have significantly improved human flourishing by enhancing cultural exchanges and economic opportunities. So, the rise of budget airlines, efficient booking platforms like Airbnb, and digital payment systems have made travel more accessible to many Filipinos. Tourists can now explore places like Palawan, Siargao, or Banawe rice terraces with ease, bringing economic growth to local communities. Additionally, cultural exchange is enhanced through the translation apps, allowing travelers to communicate and learn from different cultures. So, for example, Japanese tourists visiting the Philippines can use AI powered translation apps to understand Filipino conversations, while Filipinos traveling abroad can do the same. The this practice or this technology strengthens global understanding. It promotes local cultures and fosters new opportunities for business and for personal growth. Technology shapes human flourishing, yes, but it depends on how we use it. So, there are also challenges and ethical considerations. So, despite its many benefits, technology is a double edged sword. It can either help or hinder human flourishing depending on how it's used. A great example of its positive impact is AI in tourism, where artificial intelligence enhances travel experiences. So we have discussed about virtual realities. There are now VR tours or virtual reality tours. It allows people to experience historical sites, like for example Intramuros or the Chocolate Hills, without physically being there, making tourism more accessible to those with disabilities or financial limitations. Automated translations also help bridge language barriers, allowing tourists to communicate easily in foreign places, and AI driven chatbots in hotels and travel agencies provide fast, efficient service, improving customer experience and making travel more seamless. So it depends on how we use it. The most important thing is we balance innovation with ethical responsibility. Technology also has negative consequences, such as, for example, the term over tourism and also the digital addiction. This can both harm and distract. It will stray us away from our values and from our cultural traditions. So it can both harm people and cultural heritage. Over tourism occurs when too many visitors damage a destination, making it unsustainable. So, for example, Boracay had to be temporarily closed in 2018 because mass tourism led to environmental destruction. With what caused it? The pollution and overcrowding. It degraded the natural beauty of Boracay. Similarly, in Banawe, too many tourists walking on the rice terraces have caused erosion, threatening this UNESCO heritage site. On a personal level, digital addiction is another growing issue. Many people, especially younger generations, they spend more time on social media or mobile games than engaging in real-world activities. So instead of experiencing life and building genuine relationships, excessive screen time can lead to isolation. It can also lead to stress and even mental health problems. Ultimately, science and technology should be used responsibly to promote genuine human flourishing, while innovations in health, communication, and tourism improve lives. Society must still remain mindful of their ethical implications so that we can ensure that progress benefits, kumbaga we will progress in a sustainable manner. It will benefit both us, individuals, and also the world as a whole. Another reflective question: Can a person truly flourish if they rely too much on technology? So, should we prioritize economic growth, ang tourism profits, over cultural preservation, too much reliance on technology? This is the last slide. Just a few takeaways from this topic. Human flourishing is not just about personal successes, but also about contributing back to society. And also, we must remember that science and technology, they provide tools, but it's still in the way that we use these tools that determine whether they are an enhancement or a hindrance to our own human flourishing. So that's it for this topic on human flourishing and science and technology.